Hi, my name is Anna. I'm from Brazil. I live in Berlin, Germany, and I'm currently spending some months in Glasgow, Scotland. I am a YouTuber and a blogger, and usually I do my writings and my videos in Portuguese, but this time I wanted to do this video in English because I think it's just necessary. Because I'm going to talk about the experience of being a Brazilian woman abroad. So obviously I've been living outside of the country for a while now, and also I've always liked to travel. So even before that I traveled quite a lot, most of the time either alone or with female friends. And you know, girls know it, being a woman that travels alone ain't easy. There are a lot of situations that I just felt extremely unsafe just because of, you know, me being alone, or, you know, where I felt uncomfortable or harassed. And I know that that's something that happens to all the girls that are traveling alone. There's always situations where you feel that your safety is kind of in risk because of the fact that you're a woman. But if you are from Brazil, that's somehow even worse, because there's some stereotype that plays into the imaginary of men that somehow women from Brazil are just like this perfect sex slaves ready to be taken on or something like that. And it's something that I talk about with a lot of my Brazilian friends, and they feel the same. And I cannot tell like how many times, you know, I was abroad or even living in Berlin, and I meet someone and there is always that question, where are you from? And when I say I'm from Brazil, I always get that same reaction. And it's not only me, you know, it happens when I'm with friends and we say we are from Brazil, and I know that they have the same reaction because we talk about it. It was like, nice, or oh. But you know, it has come to other comments that were more aggressive and invasive, like, oh, you know, I've heard that you're crazy in bed, oh, you like to wear like tiny bikinis. And I mean, what the fuck does that mean? Because it's just weird. Guys just react like, you know, suddenly the fact that I am Brazilian makes me more sexually available or something. And I don't think they realize that this just makes me feel very unsafe. And it just bothers me that you're talking to someone and then suddenly you bring up your nationality and they start staring at you like a piece of meat. I understand that this stereotype probably comes from the fact that we are famous for being a very liberal country. We have carnival, people are semi-naked on the streets, and that's basically what most people know about Brazil abroad. So, you know, I kind of see where it comes from, but it's also very, very offensive. First of all, stereotypes are stereotypes, and second, to think that in a country where there's 100 million women, that all of us are extremely sexually liberated, that's a huge assumption. Within 100 million women, you have all kinds of women, but you know, there are some Brazilian women that are like that. They're open, they're flirty, but you know, to think that she's gonna want to get with you, it's an even bigger assumption. I mean, probably not, okay? And our nationality doesn't entitle you to be invasive and offensive. Look, I'm not saying that, you know, people shouldn't flirt or you shouldn't approach a girl that's traveling abroad, but there are ways and ways of going about that. Especially because if you're a woman alone traveling abroad, you're always very paranoid about your safety. So, you know, you making comments like that just make you look like a creep. And that ties in to some very fucked up stuff. Like American men or European men that go to Brazil and other countries in South America or even Asia, and they just do that to go on a spree of sexual tourism, including exploitation of children and prostitution of children, while at home they're perfectly respectable gentlemen, are married to women from their own country and they treat them with respect. But when they go to third world parts of the world, they feel like they are entitled to just be horrible people. It just ties into a concept that women that come from other countries, from poor countries actually, are just a second class of human beings. And let me tell you something, if you're perfectly respectable and you treat women with respect, but just the ones that are from your own country or from a very similar culture, that doesn't make you any less of an asshole than any other sexist asshole. So next time that you meet date a Brazilian girl and she's traveling around, and you think about making a comment about how easy and sexually available she is because of the fact that she's Brazilian, don't. I'm very proud of where I come from, and it certainly means a whole lot more than you thinking that I'm this perfect little package of sexy that has come here just for your enjoyment.